Greetings from Springfield, Massachusetts and the Naismith Memorial Basketball Hall of Fame. I am Lawrence Scott, and our coverage of the 2012 induction class is tipping off. And in the days to come, we will be following along with the Warriors entering the hall, including longtime head coach Don Nelson, Jamal Wilkes, and Ralph Sampson. But we tip things off with a look at the career of Nellie, the winningest coach in the history of the NBA. Before heading to Springfield for the Hall of Fame ceremonies, Don Nelson returned to the Bay Area last week for an event at Warriors headquarters that reignited the conversation about his legacy in the game. And the impact is most evident when you hear from the people who know him best, such as the former assistant coaches who took their experiences with Nellie forward in their own head coaching careers.
First of all, Nellie, he's got this aura about him where he looks like this big grizzly bear kind of guy, and people are sort of intimidated by him. But really he's a softie. He's more like a little baby black bear inside. Very far from a grizzly. So I think that's the first thing that stands out to me, how people misunderstand who he really is. And secondly, I think he stands alone as far as being creative and really understanding what it might take on one particular night to win a basketball game. And he'll do whatever it takes, and usually comes up with ideas that none of us have ever even thought of before.
When you talk about Nellie, what makes him so special is his ability to coach offense. He's really just an innovator of offensive basketball. When you talk about knowing how to attack mismatches and going at what we call the bad defender, knowing how to get smaller people to play bigger, bigger people to play smaller. I just had never seen it before in my life. And Nellie was a major part in developing me, not only as a basketball player, but also a coach, and really helping me understand the dynamics of what really makes great offense.
I marveled at his vision for the game. He really grasped the time that he spent with Red Auerbach and really learned a lot from him. And he had the ability to really see everything going on in the court, so he was a master tactician, but then also he was a great guy with players. When he spoke to players, he made basketball sense. He really knew how to cut it short, sweet, to the point, and he earned respect because of his way of dealing with players and also his teaching techniques.
Former players have especially fond memories of Nellie's abilities, not just to innovate, but to at every turn keep things interesting.
He just made the game fun, made the game exciting, unorthodox for people to play. You know, if Chris Mullins said, and Nellie said, if we don't know what we're doing, the other team especially don't know what we're doing. So it worked to our advantage.
Further, the fellow NBA legends who saw firsthand Don Nelson's evolution as a player and then as a coach certainly understand why his career is now a Hall of Fame career.
I had an opportunity to play against Don when he was playing with the Lakers, when he first came into the league, and I talked to some people up in Boston when he was traded to Boston, and they said that the reason they traded for him was because when they played against him, he gave them so much trouble, so Tommy Heinsohn wanted him up there with him. But one thing that I knew about him was the fact that he really seemed to understand the game of basketball beyond just the playing of it. And so you knew that eventually he was going to get into coaching.
And as a coach, Nellie's innovations at each stage have made a tremendous impact.
I just love the way he had the ability to adjust with each team that he went to. Obviously went on to some great success down in Dallas. And I could talk for hours about the greatness. He did some revolutionary things. When he was in Milwaukee, he was one of the first guys to what we call double team the post and develop rotations. He was a master at that. And then when the rules changed and we went to Golden State, he did a lot of things where he opened up the game and we isolated people. And of course we had Manute back then, and just a lot of little technical things that he did that won.
But Nellie gave me a great opportunity, even when I was playing, to coached some practices, and that really motivated me to become a coach even more. So, you know, he's one of the major reasons why I'm a head coach in the NBA today.
The lasting impact of the NBA is, I guess, how much fun he had while he coached the game of basketball. You know, the fish ties, the gym shoes, him, like I said, just doing unorthodox things in right in the middle of the game, where people or the other team is like, what is he doing?
I can remember bringing him scouting reports for a particular team, and he would just throw it to the side. He said, I think we're going to do this. And this was something I had never even dreamed of or heard of before, because it was a matchup he wanted to take advantage of, or he was going to do his point forward deal that everybody knows about now and has become pretty common. So that's what he's going to be remembered for, being able to manipulate games, take advantage of situations like no one else.
And again, Nellie's not the only Warrior entering in this 2012 Hall of Fame class. You've got Jamal Wilkes and Ralph Sampson. And our coverage is just getting started as we bring you the stories here from the birthplace of basketball. So please do keep it right here on Warriors TV and Warriors.com.